Nation in crisis. Bill Barnwell, for the second week in a row, has gone 1-2 in the Pay the Bill segment. You all right?
It's been tough. 106 times in a row, team with the 21-point fourth quarter lead pulls it out. I happen to pick the 107th team to try and pull that off.
You
Ravens.
You said Miami needed to get a victory. To get the victory, they needed to have a lead at the half. Yep. Turns out they didn't. A lot went into that. It's called a bad beat around here. Let's focus, though, on what's going on this week, and let's give Miami another opportunity here to be part of the conversation. The one game with 2-0 versus 2-0, it's Buffalo and Miami. Buffalo has blown people out of the water. They get gigantic leads. Miami's shown an ability to come back. So for Josh Allen and the Bills to get out of South Florida 3-0, the most important thing for that team to do is what?
Scott, they got to do what the Ravens did not do on Sunday and take away those explosive plays. I don't need to explain what Miami can do with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, but from the Bills' perspective, nobody is better at taking away those big plays than Sean McDermott and company. Since 2017, Sean McDermott got there, Bills have allowed 71 plays of 30 yards or more. Not just the fewest in football, but the fewest by 20 versus any other team. They're really good at taking those away. So for the Bills, probably can't keep them off the scoreboard, but 2 plays of 30 yards or less, I think Buffalo gets to 3-0.
It's interesting. It's only 2 games, but Buffalo has not allowed a single play of over 30 yards. My guess is that'll happen, but you've given us the threshold for them if they want to win in terms of limiting Miami for the big plays. Now, Tampa Bay hadn't had a lot of big plays yet this year, but we know they're capable. And anytime you get Rodgers and Brady together, it's a glamour matchup. In terms of the defense that the Buccaneers have got right now, it's as good as anybody. They've given up 1 touchdown, a total of 13 points. For Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay to get out of Tampa Bay with a road victory, what must they do?
Scott, they got to stay on the field because the Buccaneers have been destroying opposing offenses by getting them off the field on 3rd and 4th down. This year, Buccaneers, like you said, been so good on defense, really winning games with that defense, and they've had the best conversion rate on 3rd and 4th down. Opposing offenses only converting 26% of the time. Pretty impressive stuff. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, historically, they're very good at this. Since Rodgers kind of hit that MVP level again in 2020, 3rd best team in the NFL at converting 3rd down. So for Rodgers and company to get back in the saddle, get to 2-1, probably got to hit a 45% conversion rate on 3rd down to be the first team this year to beat the Bucs.
Defense has been carrying the water for the Buccaneers. They will not have Evans in this game. We'll wait and see if they get a little healthier at wide receiver. All right, Monday Night Football. It's the Cowboys against the 2-0 New York Football Giants. How about that? Now, what I appreciate so much about what you do and all the content you give us is you find those things that are not easy to find. This one maybe I could have figured out, but share it with us. There's an obvious way for New York to get to 3-0. They've got to do what?
They got to win the turnover battle, Scott. The oldest stat in the book.
But why is it so important for them?
For Daniel Jones and company, it's a totally different team when they win the turnover battle. Everyone's better. Giants are significantly better when they do so. 7-6 with Daniel Jones as the starter when they win the turnover battle. I don't see the Giants as a plus 500 team or a better than 500 team, but they can be that team when they do win the turnover battle. 3-13. Otherwise, when they lose the turnover battle. So for the Giants, it's going to be tough. Of course, you got Micah Parsons on the other side of the ball. You have Trevon Diggs on the other side of the ball. But win the turnover battle, the Giants could be 3-0.
Could be. And I just want you to think of a number of winning week this week. Otherwise, Mina Kimes, you could be sitting right here.
I already have a whole career because Mina was busy. That's my role at ESPN.
We love you. You've built up equity with us. You're just fine. It's Bill Barnwell. Read him, podcast here. You know the drill. Have a winning week, big fella. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.